Yes, you guys, welcome back. I'm EFC, this is Blue Lines TV. Football's back. Football is back, and tomorrow at 5:30 PM UK time, we play at home against Aston Villa. Now, I do have to say, obviously, international break isn't as bad for me now because we have so much club representation that actually it's a bit of something different, it's a bit of something new, and I don't mind it that much. But tomorrow, one thing that I'm desperately looking forward to is for Romelu Lukaku to score his first goal at Stamford Bridge. I feel confident, I feel ready. This will happen in the game tomorrow, and I'm sorry, when you sign a guy like him with his character and his ability for close to £100 million, it makes you feel confident. That is why we invest the money in him in the first place. And on top of this, you guys, I'm not just feeling confident in Lukaku, I'm feeling confident in the entire team. I'm still absolutely gassed after that amazing point we picked up at Anfield against Liverpool. You know, the fight, the desire, the passion the team showed. They show that they're ready to win the Premier League this season. Tomorrow against Aston Villa, we're going to have to see more of that title winning spirit. Things won't be as easy for us. There's going to be tons of rotation I'm expecting, and that's due to players who are injured, suspended, not available. That's due to Tuchel not having the squad for the entire week, and of course that's due to us playing our first Champions League game next week against Zenit St. Petersburg. So tomorrow, whoever Tuchel picks up and plays has to perform and has to do their best for the team. So I guess my question is, does Aston Villa come at the perfect time? Now, I guess the news that we have to be quite happy about is that both Buendia and Martinez won't be available for the game tomorrow. Buendia started the season very well, definitely a player to watch out for, and of course Martinez for me is one of the most underrated keepers in the Premier League. So naturally that can only give us an advantage. At the same time, we can't get too cocky, we can't get too complacent. Villa still have threats in both Watkins and Danny Ings, who for me is one of the best Premier League strikers in the league. So the team will have to pay great attention to really minimise the impacts of both players. But on top of this, you guys, there are more injury doubts and concerns surrounding players like Leon Bailey, Bertrand Traore, etc, etc. And considering we've won our past 6 games against Aston Villa, well, I'm sorry, but I'm definitely feeling very optimistic for the game tomorrow. In today's match preview, I'm going to break down Tuchel's press conference. I'm going to go through the 3 predicted lineups I think we may see in tomorrow's game. And at the end, I'm going to give my match predictions to top this video off. So you guys, I hope you're happy to see me back. I had to get the haircut for you guys, so you know, I appreciate the effort. Yeah, I'm trying to make that for you guys. And of course, if you're happy that football's back, if you can't wait to see the game tomorrow, and if you feel confident that we can win, then please make sure you get involved in the comments and smash that like button. Without wasting any more time, we start things off with the press conference, and straight off the bat, we got some good news, and that is that Lukaku is fit to play in tomorrow's game. Tuchel stated that he has played in training the past few days and he's good, but we do have many injury concerns at this point in time. So tomorrow, don't expect to see N'Golo Kante, don't expect to see players like Christian Pulisic. Of course, don't expect to see Reece James, who picked up that suspension very unfortunately against Liverpool, and don't expect to see Thiago Silva. His situation is quite mad at this point in time and quite confusing. So currently he's not allowed to play for us over these next few days. The Brazilian FA, of course they invoked this rule with FIFA, and I guess it comes down to the fact that they weren't happy that the clubs tried to deny the Brazilian players actually leaving for the national team to begin with, which I understand, because Brazil is a red listed nation, meaning that when the players come back, they'd have to self-isolate in a hotel for 10 days, and during the Premier League season, for players to not be part of the squad or team for 10 days, that's really going to just affect their fitness so much. I mean, it really makes no sense whatsoever. Let's hope that common sense does prevail in the end. Tuchel said we'll find out answers tomorrow in regards to whether Thiago Silva will be available for the game tomorrow and for the game versus Zenit St. Petersburg. But anyway, we do continue on, and one player that should be dominating discussions tomorrow is our new loan signing in SAUL. Now, as Tuchel said, he's extremely happy to have SAUL as part of the team. As Tuchel stated, the reality is, with the amount of games we have this season, with many different tournaments we're competing in as well, it means that there's a ton of unpredictability that can come from these situations. So even though he's happy with the players he does have, he wants to make sure that he has reinforcements in the midfield areas. And as Tuchel said, he's a big fan of SAUL. When the club proposed that they could sign him and bring him to the club, he definitely vouched for that. And Tuchel stated that at his previous clubs, I'm guessing at Dortmund and Paris Saint-Germain, he tried to fight for his signing as well. I'm not too sure about that, but I'll take his word for that. But regardless though, SAUL should be expected to make his debut against Aston Villa. He's trained throughout the entire week. I'm guessing he's impressed Tuchel as well, so it'll be very exciting to see what SAUL can bring to the team tomorrow. I'll end with 2 more questions. One of those questions was quite interesting, and someone asked Tuchel to give his perspective on young English players going to the Bundesliga. As Tuchel said, it's the perfect league that has the best combination of technicality and physicality as well. In the Premier League, these are 2 things you definitely need to have if you want to compete here and make it in this league. And as he said, in the Bundesliga, there's organisation, there's structure, and there's managers and coaches that like to use and encourage the use of young players as well. So it's really no surprise that many English players have gone there, come back more confident, have come back as better players, and I'm sorry, it is desperately disappointing that Hudson-Odoi was not allowed to witness these things himself. After I'm seeing how Demarai Gray is doing bits in the league this season, we could have had Callum back next season and things could have been beautiful. But we end with the final question, and talk turns towards Timo Werner and Romelu Lukaku, with the question being, are we going to see them both play up front for us tomorrow? Now, Tuchel didn't confirm anything, and why is he going to do that? He's not going to bait out his team for Dean Smith to know, but he did state that Werner normally profits off playing off a focal point alongside him. At RB Leipzig, let's not forget he had Poulsen up front there too, and in that sense, he has the upgraded version in Romelu Lukaku. So Tuchel gave nothing out the bag, but he did give some confidence that, maybe this season things should be better for Timo Werner. So there you guys have it. That was the press conference. And right now, we go straight into the 3 predicted lineups. Now for me, it's going to be quite difficult to guess what the lineup could be. Of course, we have so many injuries and suspensions, and on top of that too, we have our first Champions League game against Zenit St. Petersburg. So I'd imagine considering details like Tuchel not having the squad for too long before this game, maybe we are going to see more rotations. So in today's video, you guys, 3 lineups. We'll start with the first one. Now, as you guys can see, I've gone for Lukaku up front. Alongside him, I've gone for Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. Midfield, George, Saul, Azpilicueta, Ben Chilwell, and of course in defence, Trevor Chalobah playing at that right hand side alongside Christensen, Rudiger, and Mendy in goal. Now, my thinking is that maybe someone like a Kai Havertz could do with a slight rest. I'd imagine he would play against Zenit St. Petersburg, so it's not too deep, and of course he can be an option off the bench as well. Ziyech, he's been so good throughout this pre-season. He's looked really strong, and for me, this would be a great opportunity tomorrow to really see what he can do and what he can bring to the team. I definitely think that Lukaku can profit off the creativity that Ziyech does provide. And I think with Mason Mount as part of that front 3, that provides a balance. We need his ability to press from the front, his ability to drop into midfield as well, and of course, the engine that he brings to the team as well. Now, I have gone for Saul in the team. Left-hand side, right-hand side of midfield, I'm not too sure, but it'll be very interesting to see the type of passing angles that he can open up playing in midfield. I've gone for him to play that Kante role alongside Jorginho. Saul, he's quite physical, he's good in the air, he's a very well-rounded player, so it'll be very interesting to see how he does playing at home. And wing out position, I've gone for Azpilicueta because I can't imagine Tuchel having both Trevor Chalobah and Hudson-Odoi playing at that right-hand side together. I think he did that against Villarreal. It didn't go too well. I felt like Hudson-Odoi wasn't able to clock that position too properly, and it put Trev under some difficulties in that game. So there you guys have it. That's my first lineup that I think could be the most likely one that we might see in the game tomorrow. We now move on to the second one, and as you guys can see, this one is dominated by having both Werner and Lukaku playing up front together. Now, part of me is thinking, could Tuchel rely on one striker and maybe use like Werner against Zenit St. Petersburg? Maybe that could be a thing, but I'd imagine Lukaku wants to play every game and he wants to play in his first Champions League game as well too. So with this lineup, Werner might play up front alongside him, or he may play down the left-hand side like he normally does. Of course, there's more space. No one to target him. Lukaku's the focal point, attracting all the attention, creating that space for Werner. That could be interesting to see, and if that is the case, I think there'll be a ton of eyes and attention on Timo Werner because, yeah, you kind of have all the perfect conditions that you need now to really just push on and show us what you can do. So we'll give him some time and we'll see how his season does progress. But to continue on, I have Hudson-Odoi playing as a wing back because Aspie's playing in the back 3. A part of me wouldn't be surprised if Tuchel decided to go for experience over using Trevor Chalobah. I'm hoping he gives him game time, but considering we have that Zenit game, maybe Tuchel may be thinking, okay, you know, you can start in that game, and tomorrow I'm going to rely upon that experience. But regardless, you guys, left wing back, when are we going to see Ben play? It feels like it's been a while. I think tomorrow is a good opportunity for that, but at the same time, Alonso has deserved to be in the team because for me, it's one of his best starts of the season I've ever seen. And of course, I've gone for Jorginho and cover because Tuchel may think, okay, I want to have SAUL coming on as a sub instead to ease him into the system and ease him in with his teammates compared to starting him straight off the bat. So that's the second lineup out of the way. And now for the third lineup, yes, this lineup is definitely one for the streets. Up front, Lukaku alongside Ziyech and Hudson-Odoi. I have to say, every time they've played together, I've seen that link up, I've seen that combination play, I've seen how they move and play together. And I'd imagine, I don't know, maybe I'm projecting this, but of course Tuchel would have had conversations with Hudson-Odoi, and Hudson really wants to play down the left-hand side. Tuchel does know this, and tomorrow is a very good opportunity to test him there and to allow Callum to show what he can do. Again, I would not be surprised maybe if Callum was to play down the left-hand side coming on as a sub as the game went on, you know, after we've got maybe like a few goals in the lead. But I know this is very ambitious, but it would be good to see because we do have to rotate slightly too as well, and we have to trust and give faith to the players that we have in the squads. Of course, you guys complete the team. I've gone for Aspi as a wing back, Ben, SAUL with Jorginho again in midfield, and of course that standard back three of Trev, Rudiger, Christensen and Mendy in goal. I'm really hoping that Trev does play tomorrow because he does provide something with his passing out from the back. The guy is an incredible ball playing defender. He's got great technique with his passing. We saw in that Palace game, man, 14 passes in the final third. He will look to find Lukaku. He has the technical ability to play passes with great backspin, balls over the top with pace, and really whip them in as well too. You know, this guy's a very good player, and he's shown that he can add something to the team when he plays. So hopefully he gets the opportunity. And there you guys have it. They were my 3 predicted lineups out of the way. We now end things my match prediction, and maybe I'm just feeling so gassed. I've got my new haircut that always puts me in a mad mood, and of course I'm very happy about the football coming back, and of course this game against Aston Villa. So I'm going for a 3-0 win. I feel like we are going to take advantage of maybe some of Villa's difficulties in regards to maybe not having certain players available in their team. I think we could see a quite industrious Villa team looking to combat us in midfield. But I think we have the answers and solutions now in Romelu Lukaku. I just feel so strongly about how he's upgraded how he plays the team. He's going to create so much space for us. And if you've got Werner or Mount or players of that nature alongside him, they're definitely going to exploit that and make something happen from that. So I think tomorrow, playing at home in front of the fans, that's going to bring a new type of confidence and energy to the team. And that's it. I'm going for a 3-0 win. I'm feeling confident with Lukaku being on the score sheet for sure. And I think probably Mason Mount as well. And I guess maybe a SAUL debut goal. I mean, it would kind of be written in the stars, right? So there you guys have it. That was the match preview out the way. I hope you guys definitely did enjoy. And of course, tomorrow, man, there's going to be so much match content coming out. There'll be a watch along. There'll be the review, the player ratings as well. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss out. And on that note, I'm the EFC. This is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later tomorrow with some more videos. Cool.